In the dazzling world of big bosses and investment wizards, there's a weird thing going on. Lots of them, even with all their money and chances to meet people, prefer to be alone or stick to a tiny group of close friends. Now, some might say, who wouldn't want a million friends with $1,000,000? But the truth is way more complicated. If you peek behind the curtain of wealth, you'll find a whole bunch of reasons why these folks might choose a quieter life. Reasons that have to do with big dreams, being open about their feelings, and a real longing to connect with people on a deeper level. Here are 10 threads that help untangle the mystery of why some rich business owners choose a less social life. Intense focus and drive. Building wealth often demands laser focus and relentless drive. Social interactions, while rewarding, can be seen as distractions or interruptions to this pursuit. Solitude allows for uninterrupted strategizing, planning, and execution. Imagine you're building a super cool Lego castle, right? You've got all the bricks, the instructions are spread out, and you're in the zone, totally focused on making the coolest towers and secret passages ever. Suddenly, your friend bursts in, buzzing with excitement about a new game. It sounds fun, but you're just one tiny brick away from finishing a tricky archway. That's kind of how some wealthy business owners might feel about social interactions. Building wealth takes incredible focus and drive, like you're constructing the most amazing Lego castle ever. Hanging out with friends, even though it's awesome, can be like that friend bursting in. It's not that they don't want to be friends, it's just that they're in the middle of a super important build and need all their brainpower on deck. So, solitude becomes like their quiet building zone. No distractions, just them and their ideas, strategizing, planning, and making their wealth castle even stronger. It's like putting on noise-canceling headphones and getting down to business, knowing they can catch up with their friends later when the castle is finished, and they can celebrate with a pizza party on the ramparts. Number 2, protecting ideas and strategies. Competitive business landscapes can breed paranoia. Sharing ideas, even with friends, carries the risk of leaks or betrayal. Wealthy business owners might prioritize secrecy, leading to social isolation. Imagine you've baked the most amazing chocolate chip cookie recipe ever. People go see RAZY for them, and you're selling them like hotcakes, pun intended? Now, would you tell everyone your secret recipe? Maybe not, right? It's the same for wealthy business owners. They've built empires with brilliant ideas and strategies. Sharing them, even with friends, feels risky. What if someone spills the beans to a competitor? Suddenly, everyone's baking the same cookies, and your special edge is gone. This fear can lead to some business owners being a bit, secretive. They might keep their cards close to their chest, even feeling a little paranoid sometimes. It's not that they don't trust their friends, but protecting their ideas feels like protecting their livelihood. Think of it like a magic trick. The more people know how it's done, the less magical it becomes. Business owners want their magic to stay strong, so they keep the secrets close. Sometimes, that means being a little less social. But hey, who needs a crowd when you've got a winning recipe? Number 3, burnout and need for recharge. The pressures of leadership, decision-making, and constant visibility can be draining. Introverted business owners might crave solitude to recharge, process emotions, and avoid social burnout. Imagine you're the captain of a pirate ship. You're steering the wheel, barking orders, fighting off sea monsters, and searching for buried treasure. It's awesome, right? Except, after a while, you're totally poop. Your brain feels like mush, your decisions get wobbly, and even the thought of another yo-ho-ho makes you want to hide in a hammock. That's kind of what burnout feels like for busy business owners. They're constantly leading, deciding, and being on for everyone. It's like being the captain of a never-ending pirate adventure, even when you're just trying to have a normal conversation. So, what do you do when you're captain exhausted? You take a break, right? You find a quiet island, swing in a palm tree, and let the ocean breeze cool your brain. That's what introverted business owners need too. They crave some solo time to recharge, like a battery plugging back into the wall. In that quiet alone time, they can finally think their own thoughts, process all the emotions from being captain, and maybe even cry a little, because even pirates cry sometimes. It's like cleaning out the ship's hold, throwing away all the stress and bad decisions, and making room for fresh ideas and piratey energy. And guess what? When they come back from their recharge break, they're even better captains. They're focused, calm, and ready to lead their crew to even more buried treasure. So, next time you see a busy business owner taking some me time, don't think they're being antisocial. They're just recharging their pirate batteries, and that's a good thing for everyone. Number 4. Fear of manipulation or exploitation. Wealth attracts opportunists. Business owners might be wary of making new friends, fearing ulterior motives, or people who are only interested in their money or connections. Imagine you're walking down the street, and suddenly, everyone wants to be your best friend. They shower you with compliments, invite you to fancy parties, and offer to help with anything you need. Sounds amazing, right? Well, if you're a wealthy business owner, it might feel more like a scene from a heist movie. Here's why: wealth, like a giant, shiny magnet. Some might be drawn to your money, hoping for a free ride or a fat loan they never intend to repay. Others might be after your connections, wanting to use your name and influence to launch themselves forward. It's hard to tell who's who, and that can be scary. Think of it like this: you built your business from scratch, blood, sweat, and tears. It's your baby, your pride and joy. Would you trust just anyone to hold it? Probably not. So, it makes sense that wealthy business owners are cautious about making new friends. They've seen the ugly side of human nature, where kindness can be a mask for greed. So, they might keep their circle small, close to the chest. They'd rather have a few true friends who appreciate them for who they are, not what they have, than risk getting used or betrayed. It's not about being snobby or unfriendly, it's about protecting themselves and their hard-earned success. It's like building a fortress around your heart. You don't want to shut everyone out, but you need to be careful who you let in. You want genuine connections, people who value your laughter, your stories, your quirks, not just your bank account. So, next time you see a wealthy business owner with a small circle, don't judge them for being aloof or unfriendly. Number 5. Limited trust and difficulty finding genuine connections. It can be hard to discern genuine friendships amidst the flattery and self-interest that wealth attracts. Business owners might find it easier to rely on a small, trusted circle to avoid disappointment or manipulation. Imagine you're climbing a mountain, but instead of normal rocks, you have to climb mountains of compliments and favors. Sounds pretty sweet at first, right? But the catch is, you don't know which rocks are solid and which ones are just crumbling flattery. That's kind of what it's like for wealthy business owners. Everyone wants to be their friend, but it's hard to tell who's genuinely interested and who just wants a piece of the pie, or, in this case, a share of the private jet. It's like wading through a sea of "wow, you're amazing, and I'd love to pick your brain," without knowing who's actually got your back. So, it's no wonder they might choose to keep their circle small. Instead of risking getting hurt by fake friends who only care about their money or connections, they stick with the people they already know and trust. It's like having a tiny, super strong climbing rope instead of a giant, glittery one that might snap at any moment. Sure, it might not be as flashy, but it gets them where they need to go safely and reliably. In the end, it's all about being cautious and protecting themselves from disappointment. They'd rather have a few true friends who love them for who they are than 100 hangers-on who just want to ride on their success rocket. Number 6. Logistical challenges and busy schedules. Managing businesses, investments, and personal lives can be all-consuming. Finding time for meaningful friendships can be difficult, leading to fewer, more curated social interactions. Imagine you're juggling a million balls: your business, your investments, your family, your hobbies, maybe even a pet goldfish who needs cleaning. It's like a crazy circus act, right? And just when you think you've got it under control, another ball gets thrown in: a friend's birthday, a dinner invitation, a surprise meeting. That's what it's like for many wealthy business owners. Their schedules are jam-packed, leaving little room for casual hangouts or catching up over coffee. It's not that they don't want friends. It's just that finding the time and energy for deep, meaningful connections can be tough. It's like trying to squeeze another ball into that already overflowing circus act. Something's gotta give. So, what do? Well, some choose quality over quantity. They focus on nurturing a few close, trusted friends instead of having a wide but less meaningful social circle. It's like swapping out all those juggling balls for a few heavier but more rewarding ones. They can really invest time and effort in those relationships, creating something truly special. Of course, everyone's different. Some business owners are social butterflies who thrive on a bustling schedule. They manage to find time for everyone and everything somehow. But for others, solitude becomes a sanctuary. It's a chance to recharge, re-strategize, and just be themselves without the constant juggling act. So, next time you see a wealthy business owner seemingly flying solo, don't judge them for being antisocial. They might just be busy juggling a million different things, and sometimes you gotta put the juggling balls down for a bit and just... Number 7. Preference for independence and autonomy. Some wealthy individuals simply enjoy their own company. They might find solitude stimulating and liberating, allowing them to follow their own thoughts, interests, and rhythms without external influences. Imagine you're a painter, right? You love your paints, your brushes, and that big canvas staring back at you, ready for your masterpiece. But then, someone comes along and keeps telling you what to paint, what colors to use, where to put each brushstroke. It gets annoying, right? You just want to be left alone to create, to explore your own ideas and see where your imagination takes you. That's kind of how some wealthy people feel. They've built their success on their own terms, following their own gut and vision. They're used to being in charge, making decisions, and carving their own path. So, when it comes to their personal lives, they crave the same freedom. They want to be able to wake up, grab a coffee, and just be. To read whatever book catches their eye, listen to whatever music moves them, or simply sit in silence and daydream. They don't need someone telling them what to do, what to think, or how to spend their time. They just want to be the artist of their own lives, painting their own unique masterpiece. It's not that they don't like people, mind you. They just like having their own space to recharge and be themselves, without the pressure of constant interaction. It's like taking a deep breath of fresh air before diving back into the bustling world. And hey, who knows what amazing ideas might come to them while they're enjoying their own company? Maybe the next big business venture or a groundbreaking work of art will be born from those quiet moments of solitude. So, next time you see someone wealthy seemingly alone, don't judge. They might just be off creating their own magic, one brushstroke at a time. Number 8. Discomfort with social norms and expectations. The lavish lifestyles and social circles associated with wealth can feel superficial or inauthentic to some. They might prefer to avoid the pressure to conform and instead cultivate meaningful connections with like-minded individuals, regardless of wealth. Imagine you're invited to a fancy party. Everyone's dressed to the nines, sipping champagne and discussing their latest yacht purchases. You, on the other hand, prefer a good book and a cup of tea in your comfy pajamas. That's kind of how some wealthy folks feel about the rich people scene. They see all this showboating and pressure to flaunt your wealth, and it just feels fake. It's like wearing a costume that doesn't fit, you know? They'd rather ditch the charade and find real connections with people who share their values, whether they're billionaires or bartenders. Think of it like this. Would you rather have 100 friends who only care about your money or a few true friends who appreciate you for who you are? That's the choice some wealthy people are making. They're saying no thanks to the superficial stuff and seeking genuine connections, even if it means a smaller circle. So it's not that they hate people, they just hate the pressure to be someone they're not. They'd rather be themselves and find others who appreciate that, even if it means skipping the caviar and gossip. Number 9. Desire for privacy and protection. Wealthy individuals are often targets for scams, intrusions, and unwanted attention. Maintaining a small circle and limiting public appearances can be a way to protect themselves and their families. Imagine you have a giant, sparkly cake. It's amazing, right? Everyone wants a piece. But that also means you have to be careful. Some people might try to sneak a bit without asking, or even grab a whole slice for themselves. It's similar for wealthy people. Their wealth is like a giant, sparkly cake. It attracts attention, both good and bad. Some people genuinely want to be their friends, but others might just be after their money or connections. They might try to scam them, pry into their lives, or even put their families at risk. That's why some wealthy people prefer a smaller circle and stay more private. It's like keeping their cake under a special glass dome. They can still enjoy it themselves and share it with trusted friends, but they don't have to worry about everyone with a sweet tooth digging in. They feel safer and more protected, which allows them to relax and be themselves. Of course, not all wealthy people are like this. Some love the big parties and being in the spotlight. But for those who crave privacy, it's not about being snobby or antisocial. It's just about protecting themselves and their loved ones from the less savory parts of having a giant, sparkly cake. Number 10. Focus on personal growth and self-discovery. Solitude can be a powerful tool for introspection and self-reflection. Wealthy individuals might use it to delve into personal growth practices, explore their passions, and connect with their inner selves without external distractions. Imagine you're a busy bee buzzing around a garden all day, collecting pollen, building your hive, and making honey. You're super productive, but wouldn't it be nice to take a break sometimes and just chillax? That's what solitude can be like for wealthy individuals. They're used to the hustle and bustle of business, but sometimes they need to step back and look inward. It's like taking a long, refreshing bath for your soul. With all the noise and distractions gone, they can finally listen to their inner voice. What do they really want out of life besides making money? What are their passions, their dreams, the things that make their hearts sing? Maybe they've always wanted to learn to play the piano, but never had the time. Now, they can spend hours tinkling away, discovering hidden talents and melodies within themselves. Or maybe they've been yearning to write a book, to share their story with the world. In the quiet, they can pour their soul onto the page, crafting words that resonate with their deepest truths. It's like being a scientist in a lab, but instead of mixing chemicals, they're mixing emotions, thoughts, and experiences. They're observing their reactions, figuring out what makes them tick, and ultimately becoming the best version of themselves. So next time you see a wealthy person looking a little introspective, don't assume they're just counting their money. They might just be on a quest to find the greatest treasure of all, the true self that lies within. While some find solace and success in solitude, others build empires alongside trusted companions. The key lies in understanding their unique motivations. Perhaps they're fiercely protective of their ideas, or maybe they simply crave the quiet space to recharge and strategize. Whatever the reason, their preference for solitude or a small circle speaks volumes about their drive, their values, and their carefully crafted path to the top. So, the next time you encounter a wealthy business owner seemingly isolated in their penthouse or private jet, remember, they might not be lonely, they might just be thriving in their own unique way. Thanks for joining me on this journey. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Also, leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of the video. I love hearing from you guys. And lastly, if you know someone who would enjoy this video, share it with them. The more the merrier, right? Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.